Beer O'Clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Anspach Hobday, and it's a can of their Golden Bitter, coming in at 4% ABV in a 440 milliliter can. Love the branding with this beer. Look how cameras have changed over the years. So it used to be a big box with a small lens. Now it's a small box with a massive lens. I suppose they're showing progress, how things have developed over the years, but it's a little hark back to how things were back in the day and how things are now, and probably how the beer tastes. Something which they brewed back then, they're brewing today, and it still tastes the same. That's my thoughts regarding the branding. Beer in the glass then. Nice bit of smoke on the can opening. Beer in the glass. I reviewed their Ordinary Bitter a few months back and it was really good quality beer. They sent me 4 cans of this, Anspach Hobday. Thank you very much, guys. And I've had a couple over the bank holiday weekend and they've been really good beer. We got a 2-finger white head, good levels of carbonation. Nice golden copper coloured beer, amber if you like, and very clear. Let's get the aroma. Really biscuity and bready and nutty. It smells really good. Traditional premium bitter at 4% ABV. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. It's quite floral as well. You pick up it's a nice bitterness. It's I would say a traditional British bitter beer with that kind of, it's a longing bitterness on the back end, but it's got a spiky, almost tropical kind of lemon and lime flavour that comes through. Carbonation hisses and fizzes and pushes the beer around the inside of the mouth. Tastes really nice beer. You can pick up the malts as well, the good quality malts in the beer. Biscuity and bready, and this is how a bitter should be. Now I poured the rest of the beer in, you can see there's a slight haze there now. But this is how traditional best bitters should be. We all love to drink New England IPA and stouts and porters, but there's styles of beer. A best bitter or a premium bitter is a style of beer. If you nail that style of beer right, then it's going to sell, because there's a reason why the best bitter sold in the first place, and that's because it was a really good beer. People wanted a session, good quality, floor malted barley with a nice hoppy finish, but they wanted more than 1 or 2 pints. They wanted to session it after a long day in work. So at 4% ABV, I'd have a Sunday afternoon on this, or maybe I had a terrible day in work on a Wednesday or whatever day in the week, and I've decided to hit the pub and drink away my bad day, but not drinking away my bad day drinking 5, 6, 7% ABV beers, but but to drink in a social way and to drink a 4% ABV and have a good chat with the lads and forget about my day. This is where this style of beer comes in. It's an everyday sessionable beer. And it's a really good one at that. It's a bit of a creamy mouthfeel. And that's not because it's nitro infused or, you know, they've added a lot of chemicals into the beer. They may have added a touch of oats into the beer to give it a creamy mouthfeel. But it's hoppy, it's flavoursome, the biscuit malt comes through. And this is how a bitter should be. This is, and I'm not afraid to say this, this is how John Smith's would have started out. 100 or so years ago. This is how Tetley's would have started out 100 or so years ago, when the beer was really good, and it's the reason why they sold so much of it, because it was good and people wanted to drink it. There's a reason nowadays you don't see John Smith's so more, you don't see Boddington's so much anymore, and you certainly don't see Worthington's Cream Flow or you know, the brands that were very, very good back in the day, that sold really well because the beer was really good. And if the likes of, and it will never happen, if the likes of John Smith's and Boddington's and all your regional, even your larger regional breweries now, if you want to stop the decline in your best bitter, premium bitter sales, then produce good best bitter, produce a good premium bitter, and don't produce the slop that you throw out the door these days. People might return and drink it. And I've got a lot of admiration for Anspach and Hobday for doing this, for showing the world that you can still produce a really, really good best bitter at a low ABV with lots of flavour and not what people want to drink. A touch of melon in that flavour there, a touch of melon and biscuit malt and lime and then a bitterness, but that bitterness balances out with a lovely kind of little bit of sweetness from the malt to begin with, so it's a nicely balanced beer. There is a market for this, but it has to be good. Another example of a really, really good best bitter is by Bristol Beer Factory, and they produce a gold, I think it's called, and that's a best bitter, and that is terrific beer, as well as this. This is a terrific bitter. Look at it, look at the quality on that. Really good stuff. What do they say about the beer? Lighter in colour than our previous bitters, but still characterful and complex. The golden bitter brings together two fine English hops, earnest and endeavour, sweet malt and dried figs, accompanied by a touch of pine and spice on the nose. The fruit follows through onto the palate and is joined by smooth biscuity malt base, rounded off with an elegant bitter finish. Lighter than a traditional bitter and more subtle than a heavily hopped pale, the golden bitter is the perfect marriage between traditional English brewing and contemporary English hops. I couldn't have put it better myself. I'm going to rate this terrific best bitter, the golden bitter. I thoroughly enjoyed their ordinary bitter. I hope that beer is still in production. That was superb. This is great. It's a great beer. And it's worthy of a 9 out of 10. It's a 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. If you want to drink a fantastic ordinary bitter or a golden bitter or something, a best bitter at 4% that still tastes really good, then you can't go wrong with Anspach and Hobday. Check them out. Thanks for watching. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.